I'm gonna do something very similar to when clients call that live out of the area and are wanting to move to Durango. So we're gonna hop on realtor.com, pull up about 5 to 6 different properties that are spread throughout Durango and Bayfield and Hesperus to show you specifics of those subdivisions. And we're gonna really look at those outside photos. We'll look through some inside photos too, but I want this to really be a great video for you, even if you're looking at this 2-3 years down the road from when I'm making this. So we're gonna really kind of dive into the HOA, the subdivision, the distance to things, the elevation, how much snow they get, if they allow things like short-term rentals, maybe there's trails throughout the subdivision, and just give you a really good feel for that area in general, kind of that quadrant, if you will, of Durango and this county. And so we're going to dive into that right now. And by the way, guys, if you're thinking about moving here and this criteria either fits you or doesn't fit you, reach out, give me a call, text, email. I'm a licensed realtor here in Durango, and we'd be happy to do a very similar Zoom call with you and walk through properties, areas, or the area that you're specifically looking at, and make sure that it fits to your exact criteria. Now let's jump in. All right, guys, if you are new to Durango, let's give you a quick orientation of Durango. So we're in the southwest corner of the state here. Here's the state lines, New Mexico and Utah right over here. And then as we zoom in, we've got Bayfield out to the east. That's about 30 minutes from downtown Durango. We've got Hesperus, roughly 15-20 minute range from Durango. Then you got Mancos out here, Cortez and Dolores. South of town is the airport right here. And then this is called the Mesa. This is where it gets a little bit less lower in elevation. Then as we go up north, we've got the Animas Valley, gorgeous, stunning area, really green, the river running through it. And then north of us is Purgatory, a couple lakes up here. East of us is Vallecito and Lemon Reservoir. And let's kind of dive in. So the first property, I'm going to take you out west first, kind of going towards Hesperus. So this first property is 200 Pinon Road. And I'm just going to, again, more focus on the exterior. I'm going to flip through a few interior photos, but more focus on the exterior. So this is a really beautiful updated home. I really like it a lot. It's stunning, and you're in not a bad price point either. But I'm going to jump to the exterior, like I mentioned. Let's see. Let's hit exterior. And the reason why is it's great to see the exterior of the property, but I really want to show you more what this area is like. So you get a lot more pine trees. They don't have any drone photos, but they've got a lot of pine trees, so it's fairly forested out here is my point. Let's see if we can get a street view of this property to show you what that looks like. Here you go. So you get a real good idea of the road, rolling hills in here. And you're not going to get a lot of that flat or views. You might get some views if you're perched up higher in this area, but this really gives you a good feel for what it's like. And to tell you a little bit more about this property, as we scroll through some photos, short-term rentals are allowed out here. Water supplier is Lake Durango, so you're not on a well. Sewer is septic, and then gas is going to be propane. Electric supplier is going to be La Plata Electric. HOA is $12.50 a year. And by the way, this is the King Mountain Subdivision. Livestock allowed, or chickens are allowed regarding livestock. I don't believe anything else is allowed, but if you guys are curious, I will double check and look into that for you. And then HOA covers, what the HOA covers is going to be snow removal and road maintenance. And I want to discuss that real quick. A lot of the HOAs, you're going to see a ton of HOAs in Durango, and most of them are going to cover those two things, snow removal and road maintenance. They're putting that in place to make sure that that snow gets taken care of and the roads are taken care of. Again, really cool property, but let's hop on to the next one. So this next one is 2140 21461 State Highway 140. And so I'm already on some exterior photos. I'm going to start with this while I tell you a little bit about this property. And I really like this for a few reasons. You're 17 minutes to downtown Durango. You know what? I forgot. I want to show you how close you were at this other property. You are 15 minutes from downtown Durango. And let's pull up the map real quick on the previous property. So here's the subdivision. You can kind of get an idea, kind of winding roads through here, little roads that pop into a property and then come back out to the main road. Let's zoom out, and you see you're right off 160. And then regarding outdoor activities on this last property, you go right over here to 160, come over here to County Road 141, come up to 160, and then right in here, I'm going to hop over to this mountain biking map. Right here is Lightner Creek Trail. That's a green, really easy trail. Then you've got all these trails here in Twin Buttes. And that's right at the edge of Highway 141. Now let's go back, and I'll show you this property that we were on, 21461 State Highway 140. We should actually go back to the map and show you where we're at here. So this is in Hesperus. Zoom out first and show you. So we were over here, and then we kept going into Hesperus, again west of town. And as we zoom in, the one thing I really want to point out is you are on the road. You are right on Highway 140. Now, granted, this isn't a very busy highway, but it's still a highway. So as we zoom in, I'm going to again go to exterior photos. You get an idea. What's cool about this is you're in a lot of aspen trees, really pretty aspen trees, a nice metal roof here. Really cool property, nice little acreage property. And they're going to get a lot more snow. So same as the last one, but these guys are going to get a lot more snow. They're at higher elevation, about 17 minutes to downtown Durango. And it's currently being used as a VRBO, vacation rental, and it's being managed by VRC. I do recommend giving VRC a call, Vacation Rental Collective, if you're considering renting out this or any other properties. Like I mentioned, right on the highway, a lot of other properties are on the highway, so I want you to keep that in mind as you're looking out throughout Durango as well. Regarding livestock that they allow, horses, they allow, I'm not sure about chickens. I can definitely look into that for you if you shoot me a message or give me a text. Then this has been an investment rental, like I mentioned. It could be a great second home. There's no HOA, so you can do a lot of different stuff on this property. And I love this property. They definitely did some nice updates to it. Really nicely done. They've got this little kind of guest house / I wouldn't call it a guest house, actually. It could be like a little office over here. And yeah, see, here you go. Pretty small, but good double pane windows in here. I've actually toured this property recently. And then above this barn, or garage rather, you could put another kind of living area in here, it looks like. So now let's hop over to the next one. Our next property is going to be 19 Creekside Drive. And I'm going to show you where we're at. We're up here. Now we jumped from the west area all the way up to north, just south of Purgatory Ski Resort. Purgatory is right up here, and we're right down there. And I'm going to actually hop over to another map and show you this. So we're in Twilight Peaks Mountain Village, and it's a very small little subdivision. And right at the edge of the subdivision is Highway 550. You've got Old Schoolhouse Cafe, really good pizza, calzones. I got a huge calzone recently, really good. Albert Creek Trail. This is one of my favorite hiking trails. I love this trail. It's really cool because it goes up and up and up, and then it looks over this gorgeous view of Electra Lake. Zoom out, you can kind of see Electra Lake here. Gorgeous view of Electra Lake and the mountains beyond it. And then you've got Needles County Store. So when you get a ton of snow, you still have some nice conveniences right at the end of this subdivision here. Now let's hop back over and let's flip through some exterior photos of this one. Really pretty, really well done property. Really kind of encapsulates the, Durango mountain feel on this property. Love this home. And to tell you a little bit more about it while I'm scrolling through some photos, HOA is $1,600 a year. What it covers is trash, water, snow removal, road maintenance, central water, and sewer. And the heating system is radiant floor heating. So I wanted to dive into this as well. A lot of homes are going to be radiant floor heating, and they won't have AC. And so keep that in mind because it's a lot harder to put AC into a home if it has radiant floor heating, because then it's most likely not going to have duct system. Check out these views out the window here. Gorgeous. So really keep that in mind. I had a client really wanting AC, and we were running into this. A lot of these luxury homes have radiant floor heating, which is really nice, but a lot of these homes will have a split AC unit. So in each room, they'll have a little unit on its own. So again, gorgeous home. I always try to mention this to you guys. I'm more than happy to go out and shoot a drone tour, shoot a video for you, a walkthrough video. If you would like me to on any properties that you see, or even just any subdivisions or areas to kind of give you that neighborhood tour. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm a licensed realtor here in Durango, Southwest Colorado, as well as New Mexico, and we'd be happy to go above and beyond for you guys and do that drone tour or video walkthrough. Now let's dive into the next one. All right, actually, guys, a few other things I forgot to mention about 19 Creekside Drive. Wanted to go over the price, $1.5 million, built in 06, 2382 square feet. So this does give you kind of a decent feel of what you can get up near Purgatory. You're kind of in that 1.5 range. You're not seeing much under $1 million or 1.2 in that kind of square footage range, in that above 2,000 square feet range. 2-car garage, it was on an acre. And then I also wanted to talk real quick about distance to a few things, because there's not much up there as far as shopping. Little convenience store, pizza place. You're 19 minutes away from Trimble Crossing. Where Trimble Crossing is, they've got PJ's Gourmet Market. So I wanted to pull up PJ's Market here, show you some photos. Let's see if this works for us. Yeah, there we go. Show you some photos. So they've got a nice little produce area. They've got a little deli. Let's see if I can get you some decent photos here. Not great, but little deli here. And they've got some great sandwiches they make. And then they do have a liquor store next to them as well. So again, you're 19 minutes from them. They're in the Animas Valley. And then in the Animas Valley, you've also got James Ranch. You've got Hermosa Creek Grill, really good grill, open for breakfast and lunch. You've got a food truck there right across from Hermosa Creek Grill. Then you've got the Hot Springs. They also have a food truck. So you're about 19 minutes as well from the Hot Springs, because they're right across the street from, I'm going to zoom in here and actually show you. And then you've got Dalton Ranch Golf Club. So you're really 20 minutes to a lot of stuff right here. Right there, they're right across the street. And I've got some other videos where I really dive into this Animas Valley area, so feel free to comment below. Type in Animas Valley or North, and I'm happy to send you several videos where I shot detailed information about this area. Speaking of this area, let's dive into the next listing, which is listed at 1.149, and this is in the valley. This is right where we were talking, 4-bed, 3-bath, about 3,000 square feet. It's an acre, 198 Spring Creek, 103 days on market, and a few reasons for that. I don't want to speculate too much, but I'll just point out some things. So it's kind of a split-level home, as you see in this photo. And so obviously, you know, some people don't want stairs, kind of point out the obvious, but check out those views. Gorgeous views. As I mentioned earlier, I want to kind of stick to the area, talk a little bit more about the area, but still show you the photos of this home. If this works for you, again, happy to go shoot a drone video and do a walkthrough. But let's scroll through this real quick while I'm going through this. Animas Water Company is the water supplier, so there's no well. City of Durango is sewer. Basin Co-op is gas, meaning that this is on propane. And then La Plata Electric is supplying the electric. So you're connected to the grid. And then let's show you the exterior photos real quick. So it's really cool property. One thing I wanted to point out with these exterior photos, I guess I showed them a little bit. You've got this gorgeous view of Hermosa right in here. You've got Missionary Ridge right here. Nice deck. One thing I really want to point out is you've got a longer driveway here. So with that longer driveway, you've got a lot more snow to plow, and it looks like there is a decent grade there. It's not steep, but a little bit of a grade there, at least from the photos. and then you've got a separate garage. So you will be walking in the snow. It looks like, well, I take that back. Looks like there's a garage right here as well. So you've got several garages, one here, one under the house, it looks like. To go back to the map here, I want to show you location a little bit more. So this is County Road 203, which parallels Highway 550. I'll zoom out a bunch, show you that. You've got Durango right here, and then you're just north of Durango. So you're just a few minutes north right here. And then it winds up, so it does come uphill a little bit off of County Road 203. Now let's go back and a little bit more information about this property. Horses are allowed, livestock, hobby farm, investment rental, second home, and doesn't have any HOA. Then a little bit more info, fire mitigation, obviously really important here, was just done. And then with that, there is a separate barn garage that has an unfinished second story that could be potentially turned into, let me find that, exterior, where is that? Yeah, right here. So it could be turned into an income unit, mother-in-law quarters, or additional guest sleeping loft. So really wanted to point that out. And that's something that's cool about a lot of these properties in the county with no HOAs. You've got a lot of potential there for income. So keep that in mind. Feel free to reach out to me if you're looking for something like that. Now let's dive into, this is one of my favorite properties on the market right now, 789 County Road 218. What I love about this is you're under $1 million, 919, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and you're on over 10 acres. And show you, let's go out exterior photos, and show you these exterior photos. So you've got really nice yard, fairly flat, so again, we're not too worried about the incline of a driveway. You're going to have a longer driveway, but you're not worried about that incline regarding snow, plowing the snow. And it's already got a chicken coop right here. You've got a nice green backyard, and it doesn't look like you've got a ton of grass to mow either. When we look at, let's see, where was that photo? Oh, I think there's some other photos in here where I was looking. As we scroll down, you see you've got nice hardwood floors, it looks like. Fairly open concept. But again, I want to focus a little bit more on the area. So let's go back out to the map and focus on the area. So you see this lot, nice rectangular lot, County Road 218. Again, kind of like in Hesperus, you're off of Highway 550, but I think you're not going to hear quite as much noise because you're a decent distance from it. But something to be very aware of. If you guys are looking at any properties, again, want to remind you, I'm happy to go out and walk them and give you an idea of the noise from the property, because there's a lot like this where it might be fine, or you might not like it because there's not enough, because there's too much noise. What's incredible about this one too, that I didn't mention in any other properties, I don't think, is it has irrigation rights. You see the Florida River coming through here, and they're pulling water off of the Florida River. So check out this satellite view. See, this guy has a pond right here, it looks like. So you might have the potential to build a pond. I always want to talk to the county first with that much water, but still, you get an idea. It's a lot flatter out here. You're still going to get some really great views of the mountains over here. Let's go back to, let's go to the dining room. I'm trying to find some windows to see if we can see much views from these windows. Tough to tell on this house, but I know that you're going to get some decent views overall. Cool 3-car garage. So this is just a really cool one because you're getting acreage, you're getting water rights, you're getting those 4 bedrooms, you're over 2,000 square feet, and you're under $1 million. So we're 22 minutes south of downtown Durango. They're also going to get a lot less snow down here than up north, or than out west, or out east. So then a lot of areas, your south area and downtown Durango, are going to get about the lowest amount of snow. So I really like this property for a lot of reasons. And let's jump over to 2050 County Road 234. So this is more southeast. We're kind of coming up towards Durango. This is more southeast. All right, so we are right here, County Road 234. And as I zoom, you see Durango right here. You take 160 and you come up County Road 234, or you can, this is probably a little longer drive, but you can take Florida Road past Edgemont subdivisions down County Road 234. It's a really pretty drive this way. Either way, it's really pretty, but you're not taking the main highway to get to the house. So multiple ways to get here. And I'm going to start with location. So let's zoom in a little bit, show you the property line, satellite view. Here we go. So you can see the property line comes all the way down here. And what's incredible about it is you drive down here or bike, follow this, let's see, yeah, follow this road right here, and you're connected to a ton of awesome biking. Let's go over to our bike map and show you. On the bike map, I'm going to zoom in. Here is downtown Durango where all these trails are. And let me show you where we were. We were right here at County Road 234. The property's right here, and this is that road. You connect to all these awesome biking trails. You could literally bike into town from that property. So I think this property is awesome for multiple reasons, but this is one of my favorites. Is you still got a bike on this paved road, but you're right in here. Got tons and tons of trails, or running trails too. You know, trail running, biking. You've got it right there. So let's go back to this property, and let's go over to, actually not the floor plan, let's go over to the exterior photos and show you these photos. So they've got these fences, so you could have a dog in here that's fenced in. Let me scroll down a little bit more and show you, again, the lot line here. So you see it comes all the way down here, and then to show you some interior photos while I talk about the area. So again, the area is really close to Three Springs. You're really close, a lot closer to the airport. You're going to get a lot less snow here. You are going to be in an area where it's a lot flatter. And so this property does have irrigation rights as well. And they are, let's see, here we go. So the property does have irrigation rights. So you could have animals here. They don't have any HOA. They're on a dirt road. You turn onto this dirt road that's kind of behind the property. And so off of the back of the property, you could put a little gate so you could go for a walk on a dirt road so that you're not just on this main road. And that road is about half a mile or so. And you see the water just rushing underneath that road. So you've got some great water rights is my point with that. The master bedroom is upstairs here. If that's a concern, keep that in mind. But there are bedrooms downstairs as well. So really wanted to, again, touch on the location. I really love the location. Fairly flat land, a little bit sloped, but a really pretty property overall. And then jumping into, we're going to take you out east. So up Florida Road, we're going to climb in elevation. This property is just past Edgemont, the Edgemont subdivisions. So as we scroll down, you're 13 minutes from downtown Durango. Let's click on that map. It runs right behind this property. Let's go to satellite view and show you that. Florida River runs right through here. So this property is right on the other side of County Road 240. A lot of the homes are right here on the opposite side, but it's kind of up the hill a little bit. So you cross the road and you've got access to these two ponds here where you can fish, paddleboard, swim, and then even in the winter you can ice skate on it, which is pretty sweet because some of these subdivisions don't let you do that because of insurance and all that kind of fun stuff. There's no HOA or covenants. This property is higher elevation, like I mentioned, so you are going to get quite a bit more snow. It's going to be upwards of double the snow that you're going to get in town, even though they're only about 15 minutes from downtown Durango. Check out these photos. It's a beautiful property, really nicely updated. What's cool about this too is this is one of the few properties that's very close to town where you can still do a vacation rental. So as you saw, some of these properties that we were looking at are in higher elevations, some are lower elevations, some are getting different amounts of snow. And while I'm shooting this in the winter, I really want to recommend DurangoWeatherGuy.com. So this is kind of locals' go-to website for the weather report here in Durango and around Durango. So I'm going to jump into it here. As you can see, he's got a storm recap here. He kind of goes over his forecast and he breaks it down by area. So Telluride, Ouray, Wolf Creek. Down here you've got Durango West 1 and 2, Forest Lakes, which is out towards Bayfield, and he's kind of giving you his predictions of inches of snow. And then you've got right here Bayfield proper, Pagosa Springs, down here down to Aztec, so you've even got northern New Mexico area. And then below that he gets reports from a lot of different people in those subdivisions, and then shows you actually what they were getting in inches. So Durango Hills, that's out east of Durango. King Mountain, that's actually one of the first properties that we were looking at, got 6 inches just recently. But you can see the differences. Like King Mountain got 6 inches, whereas, let's see, up here, Upper Durango Hills got 3 inches. So literally double. You can see down here, Mancos, 2 miles southwest, got 6 again. So this really gives you a good idea of of how to compare. So if you're looking at 2 different locations, if you're looking at the Animas Valley and somewhere higher elevation, maybe west of town, you can really get a good feel for what you might get in comparison. Let's scroll down a little bit more. You can kind of see, actually I'm just going to go to the home. You can see, so he's got latest posts, so it's kind of like a vlog, or blog I mean. And then he's got a reference map here to the county as well. So you can kind of go through here and look at different parts of the county as it's kind of broken down by the subdivision here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like a similar personalized map tour for yourself, I'd love to hop on Zoom with you, go through a very similar tour for you, personalized to what you guys are looking for. Also, more than happy to get the drone up in the air and give you a personalized drone tour, as well as do a property tour for you of any properties you're looking at. Like I mentioned before, I'm a licensed realtor here in Durango, Colorado, as well as New Mexico. If you guys have any real estate needs, would love to help you out. We've got your back when it comes to moving here to Southwest Colorado. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video or to this channel, and we'll see you next time.